Hey guys, today we're going to talk about the layers of the landfill. We talked about it a little bit last week, but I want to make sure that you understand what each layer is and how it is formed, and then also what the purpose of each layer is. So like we talked about last week, at the bottom that exists naturally is groundwater. So groundwater exists naturally and it's used as a water source. It's pulled up in reservoirs, it's pulled up in people's wells, it's filtered, and then people drink it. So the whole name of the game of why a landfill exists and why it exists in layers is to protect this groundwater and the surrounding soil. So remember, here's a hole in the ground. So it's surrounded by soil, and this is called a cavity. So this is the cavity of the landfill that is then going to get filled in with all the different layers, and we're going to talk about what those layers are. So all the way down here, all the way around, we have a huge plastic liner. Okay, so the plastic liner is really thick. It's like 4 to 7 feet thick, and it exists to make sure that nothing gets through anywhere to puncture that soil or that groundwater. Think about it like a big Ziploc bag, like a gallon-sized Ziploc bag is in a hole, and then all the layers are going to be built inside the Ziploc bag. Also around the liner, we have a thick layer of clay. And the clay is like a backup plan that if the liner were to get a hole or were to start to decompose and something were to happen to the liner, we would have the clay, a really thick layer of clay, as a last resort backup plan to try to protect that groundwater. So again, the name of the game is to protect that groundwater. After the clay and the liner, they are layering trash with soil. We have trash, soil, trash, soil. And the reason why they're putting soil in between is to help the trash decompose, okay? Because we want that trash to decompose and turn into dirt itself so that everything breaks down. So we are alternating between trash and soil. So then here we have trash again. We have a big layer of soil. And then once that particular layer, that particular cavity of the landfill is full, then they are planting grass across the top. And the hope is to eventually use that area as a park or other recreational activity where they can have that right over all of our trash. Now, two really important things that we have to talk about. Remember, we talked about leachate. Leachate is liquid that's come in contact with trash, and leachate dribbles down just by nature of how the leachate is from gravity, right? So as the trash is settling, that leachate is going down. So somewhere down about here, we're going to have a leachate collection pipe, okay? I'm going to draw that pipe right here. It's going to be like a little leachate collection system. So as that trash is dribbling and gravity is causing that leachate to slowly drip through the layers and drip down, this leachate collection pipe is going to come up here. And it's going to function and pull that up with a pump, and the leachate is going to get sucked up, and there will be a collection system over here. So there will be a leachate collection system. So that leachate will get sucked up like a straw, not that you'd want to drink it, and it's going to go into the leachate collection system. That is then just liquid, right? There's no solids in there. That's the liquid that's dribbled down from the trash, and that is going to go in a truck to the wastewater treatment plant, which we will talk about in a different lesson. So that is one collection system that's helping to protect it, because we wouldn't want to have all that leachate collected down at the bottom. The other collection system that's happening within this system is a gas pipe. Now, if you've ever smelled trash, you know that trash does what? Smells. Trash smells. That is because it is emitting a gas. That's the odors from a gas. That gas is called methane. So we also over here have another pipe collection system that's gathering the methane, funneling it up, and putting it into some sort of other system over here. The landfill that we used to visit for our field trips would actually burn the methane. So it would have a burning plant over here where it would burn the methane. There are other landfills that are actually able to take that methane out of the trash cavity, and they're able to convert it into energy to provide people's homes in the nearby community. So we have two things coming out of the landfill. We have the methane gas, and we have the leachate coming out. And then we have the trash and the soil staying in along with that plastic liner. And again, the name of the game is to protect that groundwater.